I'll go, but if not, I'll still be here. So awesome. And I'm going to make sure you should be able to share your screen because I changed all the stuff. So
Okay, that's awesome. And I'll take suggestions on what to do. I wanted to show a workaround that I found, if it's okay with everybody. You all may not have this problem yet, but as you get a bigger and bigger database, you will. Right at the moment, they changed, send out cards changed, I don't know, their platform thing, so that you couldn't print the calendar with all your birthdays for the month. That was a while ago. And that now they do email you a reminder, but I have too many for that to be effective for me. So let me show you my current workaround here. And this may be a good way to do it when you don't have as many too. Okay, so you go to, I'm on the send out card site. You go to relationships. The way I was doing it, they have a little glitch right now, so I can't do it the way I was doing it, is you can sort right here. All you do, that's just clicking on relationships. It comes up to the relationship manager. You click on it and this drop down comes. If you were just searching for somebody, you would type in their name or their zip code and you can find them in particular. Me, I was looking for the birthday, so I'm going to click birthdays. And what day am I on? I'll just show you. Well, I wanted to do an actual one here. Let's see, what day am I on? Okay, I'm behind because I went to school. I'm on day 9, so I know I'm behind. So day 9, because I just figured out this workaround. What I was doing, because I have about 400 something birthdays a month, so I was printing this out. Right, Kay's like, ah, yeah. So sometimes I have to do stuff a little different. But anyway, they have a glitch right now where it's not exporting the whole what you sort. So what I'm doing instead is going by day, and I don't care because it still gets the job done. So I click on the day and it's just June 9th. That's all. Everybody that has a birthday on June 9th is going to come up now when I hit submit. If you wanted a date range like all of June, you do 1 and then 30 and then it comes up. Okay, submit. Now when they do, see I have 16 that are on that one day. What you do when, in another circumstance when they have the glitch fixed, by the way, is you select all and you could do export to Excel. That's what I normally would do when I'm doing the whole month, okay? But I'm doing it by day because there's a glitch. And all companies have glitches. Don't let it throw you. Just figure out how to deal with it. That's my motto. Well, Maisie's here and she's on my paper. So what I did was I selected them all, and this is all 16 of them, right? Now I'm just looking to make sure I don't have any obvious duplicates here. I don't think I do. No duplicates. Okay, then I'm going to look. My downline I've already sent them their thing, so I want to unclick them. And this is the 9th, right? Yeah. Unclick them. So she's already got a card from me. And then that's it. So now, see, I didn't know I could do this before. Now I'm going to send a card to all the rest of these people. So I've got 15, C15, and send card. I was always doing it the other way around, making the card first, and then picking the people. But you can do it the other way. So now all of those people are birthday. And actually, sadly, all of them are belated birthday. So I'm going to pick my card from the belated section. I like this one just because I use it a lot because it's the up and down one. Customize. And I'm going to do 2 panel, the standard. Next. I'll show you why I like that up and down one, because I have a lot of color pages. I always try to make them as personal as possible. So this is the front. I do the arrow to get to the second side. Here's the inside of the cover. And I'm going to change the format to be one big picture. And then I click on the camera to put the picture. And, oh, did you just see the bad picture I sent Bib? This is recorded, so I feel bad showing it, but this is this one.
That was a good picture.
Yeah, that was.
Do you have to put it on a card because he won't open the link?
Yeah, he wouldn't look at the link, so I wanted to make sure he didn't miss it. I didn't want him to miss something so awesome. So anyway, for those that didn't see that, that was like a guy with his junk stuck in his zipper. Anyway, I want to squeeze Bib out. Okay, so this, I have a lot of color pages that are up and down like this one, and I usually put one in every card. And so this is on the inside. And I could also put, lots of times I do this to make it a little smaller and put a background. Isn't that pretty? Then it looks like framed. Okay, so then you click on the writing part over here and I say hi. And then I go over here and put, because I'm sending this to a bunch of different people, but I want it to be personal. So insert first name. So hi first name, and it does it just like Microsoft where it does them together for you.
Mail merge.
Yeah. Well, if you want to get technical instead of just this, yeah. Sorry, this card is arriving late for your birthday. Whoop. Birthday. Hope it was as fabulous as you are. Yay. And then I go over here and whoop. Oh, signature. Okay. And go down one. I usually just do Lisa. For some reason, this is another thing we're working around. See, every company has little stuff you work around, and I need to make it big because for some reason it comes out little. And then you highlight this, and you go over and pick. If you haven't done your own font yet, that's an easy way to personalize your cards. There we go. And then I do a color. So just see in a couple clicks, I made it really personal. So I added my picture. I colored, and it's got colored by my name right there. I put my own handwriting here, their name, so it's personal, and my signature. And then I have on the back is my default one. Okay. And then I gotta move this to be able to, then it says add here, which confused me at first, but that's because we started with the list already of the people and went the other way. So I'm adding a card to the order instead of the other way around. Okay, so now all the people are there and my card's at the top. So now we're back to how it regularly looks when you do an order. I'm not going to do a gift because this is my big giant list. Okay, now because I'm ready to send, because I'm on unlimited, but I was going to say because I'm sending these as a group send. This is a group send, so normally I do pay the $175 because I'm on unlimited, but I'm under a program where I get some free sends with my package, so that's why it says that. But normally this would be one that I would pay $1.75 plus the shipping. Okay. So, and then I just press send and that's it. So I just sent 15 cards and that was as easy as that.
For $8.25.
Right. All right. I mean, you can't, and a lot of the people that just got cards just then, let me stop the sharing. Like out of the 400, some of those people are customers, some of them are team members, some of them are, actually the majority of them sold Avon before in my first generation, or they were top performers and they left. That's what they are. So now, like last month, I had about, I think it was 15 new Avon representatives on my team. I think 13 of them were coming back after being gone for years. And I think I'm getting them from the cards because they just happen to come on shortly after they get the card. That's right. What makes me believe that. I don't grill them. But I think that's a very cost-effective way to keep in touch with people, is have their birthday. So I don't purge people out of my send out cards database once they leave my team.
No.
Once they're in there, I just keep them in there and I keep sending cards, because to me, that's more effective advertising than any other thing I could buy, because the people that are getting them already have dealt with me. They already have either bought from me or been on my team, or I've met them somewhere. And now they get to know what else I do because it's on the back of the card. Or if they want to come back to what they did with me to start with, it's on the back of the card.
Or if they want to order from you, or if they want to join something. And I had a conversation the other day with somebody who was like wanting to get into send out cards. They were like, I think I want to use that. I want to talk to you more about it. And we had talked about it before, you know, and because of course everybody gets the cards. And so they call you and they're interested in what you have going on. So they'll call you and get more information. So I think this is especially when people get into business. I hear, well, I'm going to do this $37 package, or I'm going to do, you know, just to get started, which is perfect. Give it a try at the $37 a month. You will see quickly that you need to send a card, use all 30 cents. So you have to say to yourself, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do all 30 cards. I'm going to do all 30 free cards. Pay for postage, but it's free enough. So those heartfelt, and once you do that, you get into the habit. And then once you get into the habit, you're going to quickly find out that you got to upgrade to 97 because you're doing them all the time. You should be sending cards for everything. Always being in the front of them, you know, so they get sick of seeing you. That's why you want them to be like, another card.
They throw us stuff every once in a while, the 97 people, like that recently. I want to talk about that for a second because I was so surprised. There were a couple people like mad because they cut them off, and there was a couple people like, there was a couple cards that went to the wrong people. But these guys sent out 40,000 cards in one day. I actually look at it a different way. I didn't expect them to let me have free cards and brownies. I'm on unlimited, so I expected to get free cards because of the 97. But when they had that free brownie offer, bonus. And if it messed up, oh well, I wasn't going to get mad about that. I didn't expect it to start with. So I know a couple people, they're like, oh, madness, like, you know, that was like free, even if even if it messed up. The people, like, matter of fact, I got a message from someone yesterday, because they know I do send out cards and I've sent them brownies before. They got the wrong card in their box. They still knew it was from me. They called me and said, you always send me brownies, and I thought you ought to know the card was wrong. And I'm like, oh, I still hope the brownies were good. And we had a little laugh about it, but it was funny.
But you had a whole conversation with them. They called. Normally they don't call you. Now they called.
Yes, and they knew it was me. That's almost like branding myself brownies.
The address is on the back, though. The correct address the return address was the correct on the back.
It? Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, because everybody was sending me pictures.
Oh, that's funny. Because they go to great lengths, because I've been out there to make sure that doesn't happen. And they have these scanners and everything. So it must have had a little bit of a hiccup somewhere on that big system.
Oh, yeah.
Because a big giant machine, and they've got all these scanners to make sure the right gift goes with the right card. They must have had a fit when that had a burp like that. Oh,
you know what happened, though? You're right. Everybody, you know, contacted me and said, oh, thanks. I think I might have got the wrong card. It said, thank you, Dad, or the best dad ever, you know, to my girlfriend. And there was actually one of my kids got one that had this man's name and his phone number. And so I called him and I said, hey, you know, your friend didn't get a card. I got it. There's a little mix up and just wanted to let you know. And so he called me and we had a conversation, and now we're Facebook friends. So
awesome.
Hey, I know.
Oh,
so some random person got your card. So that's kind of good, right?
Oh, you know, I was just thinking some horrible thought, though. I hope nobody else get that card I sent to Bib.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's going to be a fun conversation when they call you. They're like, you send cards like this to everybody?
You know, the other person I do that to. Oh, this is so awful. I'll tell you all, and then now it's going to be recorded too. My friend Linda, we all know Linda. She's so nice and awesome and perky. She won't say the F word, and I guess none of us should, right? But we're trying to get her to say it even just once, right?
So she doesn't.
She won't, no.
Nope.
So I sent her a card where it just said that.
And then you knew she had to read it. So, she didn't read it out loud, but she said it in her head.
I guess
Terrible.
we're trying to corrupt her, I guess. We're
She's
so
so
naughty.
good at not saying that word. That's like a second word. As a matter of fact, I don't know how I don't just drop that on a normal training, because that's like part of the normal vocabulary in the house. You have my daughter.
Stunned. I am stunned. But
Yeah.
so back to the thing. I think that, and I've said this a bunch of times here and on my own call, is that the main thing that I know is the biggest asset in my business, and it doesn't matter which business I'm in, is my database. That's been true all along. Send out cards just makes it awesome, because it has their birthday, you can put notes in it. It has their anniversary, you can put the kids' names and the spouses' names. It just makes it easy. And I don't particularly like Excel, because you almost have to know what you're doing. With the contact manager and send out cards, you don't. You just fill in the blanks and it keeps it. Now, I do back that up on Excel. You can back up your contact manager from send out cards in Excel. And I back up everything everywhere. That doesn't mean I think anything's going to happen to send out cards. I do that to everything. I back up and have ways. So your database is something that you want to always be building. Try to put people in every day and always be utilizing. So don't just put them in, send them a card. That's why you want to be on unlimited too. What were you gonna say?
If you're building your database, and I had a conversation yesterday with somebody who's probably going to start using this, I told them, I said, when you're building a business, and I don't care what business it is, like Lisa said, it doesn't matter what business you're doing. Real estate's huge on it, because that's all of our trainings about the database, but you need to contact them. What a perfect excuse, but to say, oh, I have this wonderful new contact manager that I'm using for my business, but I just am missing a bunch of your information. So I would give Gay a call and say, hey, Gay, it's Lisa, how are you? And we have a conversation. And then I say, you know what? I'm just updating all my information. I've noticed I don't even have, I don't have your birthday. I don't have the anniversary. I'm missing this, I just want to get it. I'm trying to complete it as much. It actually gives me this little thing, you can lie about it, because my one does. It gives me this little bar to tell me how complete my database is. And I hate that it's not at 100%. So I'm trying to get as close as I can, and they just laugh, and it's a good conversation. And they give you all their information, and you plug it in. And then you've had a conversation about your database, why you're putting it in there, what business you're doing. You would be surprised just by doing that, how many people you might not only get buying from you, but recruiting them or having them join, because they're like, what database are you using? I mean, it's just a good conversation, and it gives you an excuse to call. So use that excuse, go in your database and fill it all in so that it's as complete as possible. And you don't have to do it all in one day. Break it down. And if you don't have a big database, take your phone out and create one.
What I'm doing too is we're back to whitepages.com is working again. They had some problems with that too. And the subscription, I think, is only like $5 a month or something like that. Well worth it, because what I do at the end of the day is I think back to, did I get somebody's name and where they live where I could look them up? What'd you put? Oh, nice. And is there some way I can add somebody that I knew? Like, I recently added my hygienist because I figured out where she lived and put her in my database. Normally they don't have that because you just have her from the office. So I looked on the dentist's office website, got the spelling of her last name. When she was talking to me, she said something about living here in town. I looked her up on whitepages.com by last name and found her. So, make sure you go through your day every day and see, is there somebody you could add? Now, I do want to say, when we're talking about this as a strategy, don't think of the people that you're adding as, I'm going to sell them something, or I want to sign them up for my thing. That's not necessarily, you just want to know them and have a relationship with them, because most of the people in my database, I don't think are people that are necessarily themselves going to buy or sign up, but I'm going to get referral from them, because I get tons of referrals. So I think that's more like it. think about it. If I have someone in my database from like high school, which I have a lot of those, because I got out my yearbooks and looked them all up. I looked them up on Facebook, and then every time they have a birthday, I look them up on White Pages. That's how I build my database. But I know for a fact that multiple times somebody will say, do you know anybody that sells Avon, or do you know anybody that does send out cards? They'll say, oh, you know what? There's this chick in my class. She looks like she's really into it. You see her car. You know what I mean? And that's how I get referrals. And I hear that story usually from the customer, because they're like, ooh, the person you went to school with thinks you're really into it. I'm like, ooh, I really am. So, but yeah, that's how we're doing it.
Yep, I love it. Did anybody have any questions on what they're using the cards for, problems they're having, things they want shown? That somebody else might have a question that we can show? Because we're recording it.
We love to do share screen.
You did one on campaigns before. Is that recorded on your YouTube, Lisa?
Make one or send one.
Scola?
How
I'm
to
sorry?
make one?
Yeah.
I don't know if we recorded that or not. Did we record that? You did campaigns the other day, didn't you?
You want me to do a campaign?
Yeah, please.
Oh. I'm bad about I can do it once and then I don't know.
Oh.
Okay, I'll do a campaign, but you know what I want to do too is sharing a campaign. Because that one I have figured out better. Okay, here we go. We're sharing. Here's my send out cards. Okay, to start with about the whole sharing a campaign thing. As a matter of fact, if any of you don't have this, I could use you for when you click on campaigns over here, this comes up and you're going, hey, I don't have any, but you do if you click on my campaigns, then suddenly your campaigns show up, okay? This is my Welcome to Avon campaign that goes out to, wait, this one, and it has 3 cards in it. So I'll open it and show you. Okay, it's idea card 1, 2, and 3, and then it was send immediate plus 7 days plus 14 days, and that's from the date of the first card being sent. Now, how you share that, see share campaign? And I did find out this week after going back and forth with about 10 people, it's case sensitive. So the username goes here. Is anybody not got that would like me to share it right now?
I never got it. I asked you to send it and you said you sent it, but I never got it.
What's your username? And bear in mind, it's case sensitive.
Gay Cacho, all lowercase.
All lower?
Yes.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So now when you open up send out cards right now, no, actually you have to go to notifications and accept the send.
Oh,
the
okay.
Share, accept the share.
Okay.
And then the other thing I heard is that you have to get out of send out cards and get back in. And then
Okay.
you'll see it when you click on campaigns.
Okay.
Okay. So now let's go back to campaigns here.
So that will just send that card immediately and the next one 7 days later and the next one.
I can do one. I can actually do one if you want. Oh, matter of fact, I'll send it to you so you can see the card set. Okay. That's a good idea. Okay, so I go into campaigns, my campaign, and let's say you're a brand new representative in my first, because that's who I send this to.
Okay.
So I open up, I clicked on campaigns, I clicked on my campaigns, and then I click on open campaign, and it'll show the 3 cards, right? And
do
then,
that again. I'm sorry. Do that again real quick.
Okay.
Sorry.
So go back to, this is where you sign in and
Right.
you're on the regular page.
Right.
Campaigns,
Okay.
and then my campaigns.
Okay.
And then once we work out the share so you've got it, this will
Right.
show up here.
Okay.
This one will show up. And then you put open campaign. Okay. And then where is the thing to send it? Send order. You have to click send order. I think it's a little bit confusing because you're like, I didn't do an order yet, but that's what you click, send order. And then you select all. So you could send a campaign, but I usually send the whole campaign if I'm sending that. So, and then you click on right here, create. and it'll make a regular order. You'll see what we're used to seeing when we send an order. I'll make a campaign in a second too. Okay, so this is the regular, like you see with your return address and stuff, but it has the cards like this, and you can even add one if you want to add one at that time of the order. So now the only part down here is the add recipients, which is the same as a regular order. And it only charges you when the card sends. Oh, I still have your P.O. box. Is that all right?
That's fine.
Excuse me. Okay. And then done. So now it's showing you as the one recipient of the 3 cards campaign.
Okay.
And it's ready to send. So I click ready to send, and look, it has this, right? But it's these are, I normally would be paying for this $175 because it's a group send. I mean a campaign send. Okay. Right. The reason that you'd want to do it this way instead of sending them individually is so that you don't have to forget about sending the second and third one.
Right.
To me, that's well worth the $175 or the 2 whatever.
Right.
And they only are going to charge me for today's card. So the first card's going today, and that is the shipping.
Right.
So today's charges. It looks a little funny just because I have some under group send, but I'll send this to you and you'll get them. The first one's going to leave tomorrow, and then a week later the second one, and then a week later the next one. But that makes
amazing.
It easier, right? Okay, so now to set up the campaign, this is not as fun. No, I've done it once so you can see. Okay, so I clicked on campaigns, right?
Right.
And it came up with this. I'm going to click the blue plus. Okay. Give your campaign a name. Showing gay. That way, I'm showing you how to do this. Okay. Create the campaign. Now, add a card. So I can have a series of cards or even one card in a campaign. So I'm going to click add a card. And then it brings me back here, and I can add whatever card I want. So I'm going to add a card that I already have. Oh, not that one. Well, I shouldn't do this when I have a naughty card on there, should I? That is a naughty card. Okay, so let's do this one with Bo. Okay. And yeah, that's just a Bo cards. So I'll do edit and save because you can do that. So if you pick one you've already made before, this is a thank you card for somebody, but I'll change it to your name so when you get it, you won't think I'm quite as crazy. Okay. This was just introducing the dog. Oh no, that was thanking the groomer. So you can pretend you thanked the groomer. Okay, add to campaign. And then you do that as many times as you want to for as many cards as you have. And you can start from scratch. So that's the one card in the campaign. So I'll just add another card. And you can also do a card from scratch. You can do it from anywhere, like their card catalog. Let's do one from theirs. Oh, let's do tigers. I promise to never feed you to the tigers. Oh, what's her name again? The one that fed him to the tigers? That's funny. Baston, Carol. Okay, so it's just making a regular card. Oh, that's happy anniversary. That's funny. So I'll put down here, oh, Carol. And then add that one to the campaign. So now it's going to show the campaign has 2 cards to it. Okay. Now, if I want this one to go a different time, I would edit it back here. So edit. So this one's immediate. This one, I didn't fix that one. I should have. The delay, send delay. So you could do, I think that's an advanced option. Oh, a specific, no, I think that's advanced option. This, the first immediate card, yeah. So you can do it that much ahead. Isn't that cool? You could do
You
7.
can actually plan out your whole year. So if you have a whole group that you like to send their birthdays, their anniversaries, and a Christmas card, you can literally do this and it'll schedule those for those people all year. You never have to touch a computer.
So this one's going to be, you're going to get the groomer card and then you're going to get the Carol Baskin card. Okay. Okay. Let's see, why won't that go away? Go away. Okay. Okay.
Remember,
So,
can we add a gift just to particular cards? Like if we want to send brownies for the anniversaries to everybody, can we do that
Yes.
just on that
yes,
campaign?
I'm pretty sure here. Gift right there. Whoop. Add gift. Yes, please.
So it only adds it to that one card.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very cool.
We'll prove it. Gay, do you want some brownies? Or you want something else? She went, oh, fudge.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. What is Norman like? Let's help Norman out.
Beer.
Norman likes beer. Is there a thing for beir?
No.
No, you'd have to
Probably a
send a
beer
gift
mug.
card and say this is for
No.
your beer.
It's okay. We don't care what he likes. We don't care what he likes. I like brownies.
You like brownies, okay. The system isn't slow. It's me. I live in New Hampshire. It's doing that. Yeah, I guess I'm not the best person to screen share this morning. Here we go. 2-pack of brownies. So look at here. You can tell.
Oh, right.
Tell that this card doesn't have a gift. This card does because it's right here. So you know what each one's sending. And then this one says immediate, and this one says plus 7 days. And that's it. You could keep adding cards, or you can delete the whole campaign. You could take away one of the cards. And then so now I'm going to send this to you now. So send order. Or I could have just saved it and got out of that. Down here, I could have just saved it. Okay. So now I'm going to select all of them and send them, create order. Sometimes, like, I figure this out just by clicking on stuff. So don't be afraid to do that. If you can't figure it out, click on it, because that's how I'm figuring it out. I actually have not taken any of the training, although that's an awesome idea. But I'm like that with Avon too. I don't necessarily take the training. It's a good idea, but I usually just figure out what I need to do and click around till I figure it out. So now I'm going to add you here. Whoa, I spelled your last name wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why you're in there twice and one of them's yelling. I don't know that. I don't know that. Okay. So then it's ready to send, and it only charged me for 1 brownies, and it didn't charge me today because that's going in a week from today. And then send, and that's it. So just remember that even if you're on unlimited, campaigns you pay for, but it's cheaper than trying to do it yourself.
So the campaign is, if you have one card that you want to keep sending, like if I had one card I wanted to be all the same for everybody that had a birthday this month, I could just make a card and keep using that.
Right. I usually only do campaign if it's more than 1 card. I don't do campaign, right. But you can.
Right. Yeah,
there's so many different ways to do this. To me, the campaign one is the perfect thing for like the welcome card that's a series, because I can do it and don't have to.
You don't have to remember. Yeah.
Scola, right. Because I wasn't doing that. For years, I was actually, right. This is so sad. Scola, because I don't take the training, which is a bad idea, I was using this, which is like a checklist.
That's what I do.
Card 1, card 2, card 3, and I was sitting there timing it. So the bad part was some people got card 2 7 days after card 1, which is my intent. Some people got card 2 a month after card 1 because I blew it off and forgot it. This way that doesn't happen. Everybody gets it when they're supposed to get it, and it just makes it easier because I don't have to go back and get 2 and 3. So to me, the series of cards is what the campaign is good for. Okay.
And for your friends that do like real estate, that I know we have a bunch of them on here that do it. I like to send out that nice to meet you card or congratulations on the sale of your house, but I do not want to forget that I want to send them something for their house in a few months or the first holiday or the Christmas or whatever. And I also want to send them, and in their trainings, like they tell you, don't make it all about business all the time. Make it fun most of the time, and then one. So either a thank you or then something else. But this way, when you're setting them up, you don't have to remember. I mean, so for the little bit of money that it costs when you're on the $97 plan, it's well worth looking at fabulous, you know, and especially if they have kids or a dog that you want to send them a goodie for, you know, when they join your company, immediately they should get welcome cards sent, you know, so that is all set up. You know, and if you're brand new in the business, you don't have like 8,000 people yet, you can do the birthdays and everything all at one time.
And for those of you that are on the 97 that were all excited when the free brownie offer came out and made a list, and then they went, oh, wow, you guys overwhelmed us, and they made you stop. Keep sending the thing, just don't put brownies with them. You're already on unlimited. Keep working the list because it was an awesome idea, whether or not it had brownies with it. Sending a random card to make someone feel better is still worthwhile. I'm still working the list. I had a list of like 250 planned. I got 60 of them out before they went, and I'm still working the list because it was a good idea.
And life events are great. So now that I'm married, I have pictures coming on a disc I can't wait to get from my girlfriend that took the pictures. I'm going to have cards for everybody that I have in there just to let them know, by the way, I'm married now, some pictures of the wedding, my new name, you know, all that kind of stuff is a perfect excuse to get a card in everybody's hands. So life events, baby showers, anniversary things, 50th, whatever you're doing, you know, use that and send it all out.
That's how Facebook espionage really comes in handy because everybody puts all their stuff right there. Like with Scola's wedding, I've got all those pictures and most of them I didn't take because I was going to take a good one and then I'm like, ooh, they're already taking it. I'll steal it from their Facebook page.
Yep, that's what I did. I was just saving them all. I'm like, I'm saving all these pictures. I was so good about not having my phone most of the time. It was just put away, and so I can enjoy the whole time there and not have to worry, and everybody else was doing the stuff. So
yeah, we were all doing it. We're all posting them, so it made it easy. It was nice.
It's perfect.
Yeah, so. But everybody else does it too. So grab their pictures of the ones in town that everybody talks about are people put stuff up like their kids fishing or the birthday party or whatever they're doing, and I send them a card with it, and some of the people are like wicked impressed by that. And I like that. And it's not the one lady I'm thinking of, she posted a picture on my wall about her fridge had all of the cards. And actually, I don't know her that well. She's actually the mom of a kid that we went to nursery school with. And my kid and her kid aren't in the same grade anymore, so they don't hang around anymore. But I still kept in touch. And she sent a lot of business my way, referrals. But I mean, I would do it whether or not I knew about that, because that's how this works. It's relationships, building the relationships, because you know, if you do, to me, if I just keep building the relationships and keep enforcing that and working my database and stuff, I do get referrals. I do get business. It takes care of itself. I don't have to worry. I don't think I've ever sent her actually a card trying to sell her something, but I know she knows what I do because she sent me referrals. You know, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But she just posts a lot of cute pictures of her kids.
And a lot of people, you're going to start finding out they don't get cards. I mean, we feel like there's so many people of us that we get cards all the time because all we do is cards. But you'll have those few people that don't really ever get them. And it's nice to get cards in the mail. It's not a bill. It's not, most people do that online, but it's not an email. I mean, although it's nice to get a happy birthday when you're on Facebook or whatever, it's so much nicer to get it in the mail. I have a whole stack of them. Look at the ones that I got just from, hold on, I'll show you just what I got for the wedding.
Oh, I can imagine wedding ones.
I mean, I got all these cards. All these cards? All these cards in the mail. And then Wilby sent me the big one, which this is an awesome idea. We've shared this before. We'll share it again because not everyone watch all the videos. But this card in particular, when you send yourself a big card or them a big card, everybody that was there signed it. So she mailed it to me. So I had it and then I brought it. And now I have this beautiful card with instead of having a book that everybody signs in, I have a card. So I'm able to keep it with all my stuff and I can put it in a frame and forever have it. It's dated and my kids can take this out of a frame back in 20, 40 years from now and be like, what did my mom save? And look at all these people that signed the card. So
and you had it was just like a guest book thing. You had it on the table all decorated.
Yeah, which is the same if you're having a big, see, look at all Gay's card. I know, I love the cards and they're so pretty. And I'm going to tell you, if you're watching this, you're not on here because everybody on here knows, if you're catching this and you're using a different card program with a different company, I've seen some of the other companies out there and I got to tell you, Send Out Cards' quality is much better. It really is. They're beautiful quality.
And let me show you a couple of the ones I've got here. Of course, I've got my my example cards. This is one of my favorites. This is Brenda Rulo, Baking with Brenda. She sends out, now think of the businesses that this would work for too. She puts a picture of the final product here, a recipe for that. This one is red velvet chocolate chip cookies, the recipe here. She does a word search with the words from the recipe. That is so cool. And then she puts the directions for the recipe here. So it wasn't selling them anything. And then she has her ad on the back. I mean, that's genius. And my other one that, if you haven't got this yet, I'm doing a card series. Like you saw that I had the card series for Welcome to Avon. This is my card series for Welcome to Send Out Cards. And it's a 3-panel card. And I'm making that now. This is card number 1. So
nice.
There's so many things you can do with it. And I try to keep thinking, how could I use Send Out Cards to solve this, whatever it is, whether it's a welcome I'm looking for, or I've used it to promote a political campaign. I've used it to sell Girl Scout cookies. I've used it for a zillion things. And it's just so, if you just keep it in your mind, how could I use Send Out Cards to solve that, whatever it is?
Yep, I love it. So, well, I'm going to stop the recording because we got almost a whole hour in. So let me stop the recording. Yay! Until next week. And I'll get the time right next week, by the way. It's so funny.